You know why a situationship, leaving it hurts even more? Because it takes so much energy to heal from that vision that you've created. You know, it's easier for you to actually remain in the situation. It knocks you down. This man actually treats you like actual trash. And then you're like, I have evidence that now he will treat me like trash. But when you don't have the evidence, it's like, but then there's this world that I've created. That is so much better. What if I leave this?
What if I don't find someone that will make me feel this way?
Let's talk about life.
The highs, the lows, and the transition.
This is Real Life Diaries.
Let's dive in. Hi.
Are you popping?
Girl, I'm popping, but
don't yet. Any but
no, I'm popping, and that's
you are popping. I was going to say you're popping.
I'm popping.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
You're really great. I love that dress.
I'm trying. So what are we talking about today?
I think we should follow up. Our last episode did have a lot of questions around it.
Yeah.
Maybe especially on your side.
Situation.
Especially on your side. Personally, if they would ask me, I'd be like, hey, in that minute, was it me talking or it was Valeria talking? And then we find out it was you.
Helping.
No, I try.
The thing is, we do this together.
Yeah.
We are one happy unit.
Yeah,
Hold my
happy
hand.
unit.
This is how we do this thing.
So, this situationship thing.
Why are you bringing it back to me?
No,
you're going to help me.
Of course, definitely. I got you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me explain it best.
Let's start from what is a situationship.
Let's dive right in.
Yes.
Now, a situationship is a situation that is neither a relationship nor a friendship, but with a potentially romantic partner. That's the best description I have for you.
Potentially.
Yes.
Okay. Are there feelings involved?
Yes, of course there are feelings involved.
Okay.
But sometimes it's like one-sided feelings. That's why it
Do you know
doesn't
something I read?
Mm-hmm.
I read that for a situationship to actually happen, there has to be one partner with really low self-esteem and the other with high no commitment issues. Yeah, that's what I read. And in my head, I was like, blow my mind. Low self-esteem. You see, the funny thing is, when I came here and we were like, what are we going to talk about? First of all, we failed to get a particular topic.
Yeah.
And yet, for some reason, we have so much. Like, take off the camera and there is so much. And then put on the camera and you're like, what are we going to talk about? But then the thing is, most times for a situation, when I read that, it came to me like, okay, for you to actually be in something that is not labeled, it's not a relationship, it's not like no one is giving direction for it. No one is coming up to be like, you know what, this is where we're going. You actually have to have something within you that maybe is not there yet, or a certain form of doubt. Like it's not 100% sure. For me, I think like for ladies, most times, the only way for them to eventually get out of the situationship is either by settling or by understanding their worth. Like it's a two-way trade. You either get up and you're like, you know what, this is not where I'm supposed to be putting my energy. This is not where I'm supposed to be. You're not giving me anything. You're not giving me commitment. You're not claiming me. You're not like, you're not owning me.
For men too.
But then, or the other thing is like, you know what? I'd rather stay in the fire than be alone. Like, I'd rather just stay in this cloud that gives no rain than actually stand in the actual rain.
Or that option, I could just not want to be in a relationship right now, but I want a little cuddle every now and then, but not with someone I don't like at all, but not with someone who I want as a husband. But like, I find you a tad bit attractive, but I'm not trying to date you, but we're not friends. But like, right now I don't want to date, but I'm also not wanting to be alone.
What do we call that?
You see, it's just because that's how a man is thinking. So we don't think about it like, oh, that's how the woman would think, because that's how the men who are not allowing the relationship to go further are thinking. They're like, you're not my wife, but I find you hot.
So the thing is, it's not like they want to wife you.
No, they don't want to wife you, but like they find you attractive because you can't be friends like that. Situationship stuff is very tense. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't even think I got to like, a situationship is like a relationship. I don't think we got to that part.
You see, the thing with a situationship is no one is saying this is not a relationship, and no one is saying this is a relationship.
It's a category of relationship.
No one is really saying the word, but there are feelings involved, and
it's an entanglement.
What's that? And those ones hurt even more than the real relationship.
They do hurt, especially if you're on the side of, man, I really like this person, but they're telling me they're not ready to date me and stuff like that. They have a lot going on in there. Let me tell you something. The moment you start putting stories for this person, okay, sometimes they give you those stories themselves. They say, I want to just be friends, or I'm from a heartbreak and I can't do it right now. So in your head, especially as a woman, because our empathy is through the roof, you're like, oh my God, I want to be there for him while he heals from this heartbreak, and then he'll choose me. I want to be such a good girlfriend in this time, not a really girlfriend, but like, I want to be there for him.
Be there for him.
Yes, like everything
there for him is always so loud.
When they call you,
you run.
Until you have to be there for them. They're suffering. You all your needs back burner. All his needs to the front. If he says he needs something, you're there. If he did it, but he has not told you he wants to date you, but because auntie he's healing, okay?
He's healing.
Yeah, he's healing, but you're there for him.
In other words, he has commitment issues.
Yeah.
I want to commit yet.
That's the jazz I'm talking about. That's how situationships develop. So there's a son of Adam. One of our producers is called Adam. Anyway, there's a son of Adam who I was headed to that loop. I was headed to the loop of the whole, I'm not ready to date. But also me, it's not like, at first I'm the one who was like, I'm not ready to date. I'm focused on my books. I don't know. He's like, oh, perfect. Fantastic. Even me, I am not ready to date. And then now we're both there like, so we're not ready, but we're not friends. Because if you put us in a room, you can cut the tension with a knife. You need axe. Like an axe. Yeah, so we're not friends for sure. But we're both like, yeah. No, not like my man. And then I'm like, why are we here?
Would you in any world see this person as actually your partner for life? Let's say husband.
I think it's the more I get to know them, then I don't think so.
This is the thing.
I don't think so. But Maria, the man. The man looks good.
Yeah, you see,
he's fine.
This thing.
But like, take home to my mother, because my mother does not care if you're as tall as a giant. How do you treat my babe? What is the vision? What are you going to do? What is your faith? When do you pray? Like there's that stuff in the emotional world of his world. It's like very.
Do you know another thing? I think that most of the times as women, we fall in love with the idea of the person.
Yeah.
For example, like you've had people say, I loved him even before I met him. You see that kind of talk. Like you form someone, the person in your head, in that even when this person comes with all the red flags, very visible red flags, you have this idea of who they will be around you. Like you have something going on in your head. So even when they tell you something like, you know what, I just don't think we are perfect for each other, but also I just don't want us to be friends. You get that sentence is actually communicating something. He's literally telling you, I cannot be with you as a long life partner, but you're willing to take but still there is this chemistry that
and men are good at that because they're more physical than us. For them, they can see you and say, I know for a fact I can have you. I want you in that way. But when they are emotionally clocked all the way out.
But let's talk about what that does to you emotionally.
Because as a woman, you're not connecting. By the time you connect to a man in that way, intimately, it's very emotional for us. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's barely there even. You're in your own.
Yeah.
You're in your own
You can be in your own world. Like, oh my God, then he will come.
Yeah.
He has not come. Oh, he treats me really nice. Oh, the way I feel around this person.
Thank you.
And then let me just say this. Most of the times, it is you that gives them that power. Like, the moment you take that away from them,
they are barely
they're really nothing.
They are barely.
They are
that's what I'm
emotionally
telling you.
unstable.
Oh my God.
Just
they
can't tall,
they cannot
stuff
pray.
of muscles. They can't pray.
There's nothing.
They can't commit.
I cannot take them to a room of like the people I associate with. For example, if I say now we have a business engagement, let me bring
they
my
will not
partner.
be able to sit in the boardroom.
They cannot speak.
They will shake the minute you tell them, okay, stand up and present. Yeah. They will shake. They can't do it.
This is the man that you want to
also, you in your free time at 1 a.m.
Your free time.
Wow. Then we shall. And then the way he really makes me feel, you make yourself feel that way because you have got this power and given it to someone else.
And the thing is, because as a woman, you'd connect emotionally. The only way you're going to connect with this person, like physically, is to create this world because it doesn't exist right now. And for him, he's ready to rock and roll. So for you, because you find him attractive, you first give him another
person around him.
You give him another person. So
Number one, you're the knight in shining armor.
Exactly.
These people, by the way, when you call them, they're usually unavailable. Sometimes they can be there. Sometimes they're not really there. But even when they're not there, you're like...
Even you, when you get into a situation, like an issue, you're like, I should call this person.
You're not sure. You shouldn't be calling them. You always first think about it.
Like,
and then when you call them and maybe let's say they respond, you're like, he was really busy. Or
maybe he had some.
Maybe he was.
But the moment you start with those maybes.
At what point do you actually wake up? Let me ask.
For me, for the situationship that I was referring to in the video.
The one that has made us all...
I caught myself on the step of creating a world around this person because I was like, listen, the way this man is made, if I could draw a man, but the more I got to know that person, I was like, so we know you're not my husband. We know you're not my husband. However, like if we are in we are in this dance, I start being like, but however, he could he has potential to I was like,
You start falling. You start falling for the potential instead of the actual thing.
Yeah, because everything. But the thing is, with this particular person, respect about him is very honest. His things are very, like he will tell you as is. If it hurts your heart, it hurts your heart.
Most of them are like that.
Yeah, exactly. But then that is also probably because he's not trying to wife me. So yeah. Anyway, on top of that, I was just looking at him like every time I would look at him, I'm just not seeing anything behind the body, I guess. And then after that, she started being like, but she said, like, if I, for example, like our future could, but I was like, out we go. And then when I got out, then the person is like, no, now I'm trying to, like, let's talk. Because I get that the moment you stand on business, I don't know what it is with men. The moment you stand on business and be like, I'm out, they're like, no, but like, we can have a conversation. For example, like, I was like, bro, it was in that moment when he couldn't like express, I was like, sir, I am a claimed wife.
I do not know about, like, I may not really be able to speak elaborately about the men's side, but for the women's side, usually when you're able to jump that part of, I think it's just waking up to know, like, okay, now for your case, I know that you are very highly aware of yourself, you're very self-aware, but also I know that sometimes emotionally as women, we tend to, you see in that world that you create, we can easily be like, this is like, you can get comfortable in that world. And for a long time, some women do see it like, that's it. Like they can settle for the world that they hope for other than the world that they're actually in. Yeah. So for your case, because you are very self-aware, it's easier for you to jump out of, this is not working for me. This is not who I want to marry. You're able to see that, you're able to separate and be like, okay, this is who I think you can be. You have the potential to be all of these things, but this is who you are. Yeah. This is who you are. So because you are more self-aware, it enables you to quickly jump out of that situationships before you invest fully your feelings. Yeah. But for other women, or I don't know, this whole weaker sex thing is a real thing. Yeah. Because we easily invest in two people, especially emotionally. So most women who are not as self-aware or with that certain kind of self-esteem that you may have may end up being like, you know what? After all men are trash.
Yeah.
And this person even makes me feel butterflies. Okay. But then for my case, I have experienced love, like what you could call like
Genuine
actual love, where it's not about, hey, what's this I do?
It's too calling. Wait, now is not that time.
Now is not that time. I'm talking about genuine love. What is going on?
Anyway, but you're in love with your husband.
Yes,
maybe that's what you're showing us. We love visuals.
No, I have experienced love that is beyond you make me feel butterflies, or you make me feel, but the love where you feel safe, where you feel claimed, where you feel like seen, not because you are perfect or because you give this person the perfect feel for that moment, but because they are willing to sacrifice and show up for you, even in the hardest. Even in the hardest time. And it's so beautiful. And I think it's there, but it of course gets built over time. And the thing is, it evolves. That's what I've seen for my case. It does evolve from just the chemistry to actually, this is who I want to be with. This is who I want to spend my time with. This is, because that person will just have your back. You know how, like, no matter what's going on with life, you're like, you know what? This one will be there. I'll count on them. So I think maybe the excitement in situationships is good for that time. But also, before you really go into a situationship, be self-aware. Very, very self-aware. And know that even if you're doing it because you're not ready to date, okay, you just want to feel that there's so many butterflies that go on there. Like, there's a little bit of goosebumps and all of that. But if you know that you're not ready to date, then go with a very self-aware mind. So that the moment you start to build castles where there's really just sand, you're like, this is where I call it off.
I would also like to acknowledge that it's very difficult to get out of this situation. Like I've spoken to people who are in the cycle and I'm not understanding. You know, from like the outside perspective, you're like, girl, A is A and B is B. What is hard to understand? And the person, it's not like their brain doesn't work, but what?
Their brain can be working.
There's a thing.
And some of them are very smart, by the way.
But yes, of course, because, you know, all my people who I hang out with are very smart. Anyway, but it's you.
But you know, it's
you know
mostly
what you could have.
You know, we've talked about it well. It's mostly on the women's side. You create really a world in which you guys are happy. I wish these men could come to the world we've created and just see how happy we are.
That's not how their brain works.
Like, okay, no, like, let them have that. But if it were possible for us to, like, let them come and visit and see what we have created. Such a beauty. You're a knight in shining armor. You're tall, dark, handsome,
you
everything.
Are hardworking.
Yes,
you provide for me.
We're now out on a date. Meanwhile, whole time you can be talking to them and the conversation is like in the back of a car, and in your head you're like, then we are spending time together.
You know what?
And they understand me. Like, you guys.
It's not there. It's really not there. But it's really hard for most women to get out of that cycle. Like that too. Because it hurts even more. You know why a situationship, leaving it hurts even more? Because it takes so much energy to heal from that vision that you've created. You know, it's easier for you to actually remain in the situation. It knocks you down. This man actually treats you like actual trash. And then you're like, I have evidence that now he will treat me like trash. But when you don't have the evidence, it's like, but then there's this world that I've created that is so much better than, what if I leave this?
What if I don't find someone that will make me feel this way?
I'm not even telling you guys that it was easy. That's what, it sounds like it was easy. It was not easy. It's actually harder than it sounds. And I acknowledge that most women cannot, the energy that it takes.
But for you to be asking you, but we didn't really get into it. What does it do to you emotionally after?
Actually, for me, the result was I can trust myself more. But that's after I passed the point of this is not real. The vision is not real. One of us is going to get hurt. The potential for both of us getting hurt was even higher because we were about to start trauma bonding. We're heading towards.
Meanwhile, the funny thing is, you both hurt each other first.
Yes.
Then you realize that okay, we've both hurt each other.
One person will clock out.
Yes.
The other starts supporting the one who has clocked out.
Then the other person starts to notice that okay, now I'm being supported and wants to now bring back that support. Then you're like, okay, I know we've both hurt each other
but
one way or another, but we are not dating. But you want to go out for band?
I'd rather do it.
I don't know. I'm just feeling alone, and
yes, exactly.
But maybe we could just hang out.
We are communal people. Like as a human, as a society, you're supposed to be healed and loved on and be with someone. And unfortunately, like it's I think just what it is.
I think the most. I'm not saying it's the best way, but maybe. Does it help to define the boundaries? Like,
no, it doesn't help.
It doesn't?
Because it's where we started from. One person is going to settle. Because mine were very clear. Fine. But the more we kept talking, it's as if they were now starting
to compromise.
Compromise on the boundaries a bit. We're like, no, but I would like to do this. I'm not okay with doing this. It's not like we're having a conversation about let's do a situationship. No, it was more like
just the moment comes, and then for some reason you're like,
the boundaries will be set by one person. It's very rare for them to be aligned on both ends, because one person will say, I cannot be seen in public with you, for example, and the other person would like it, but they're like, it's fine. Because I'm trying to get into your pants or whatever. So it will always be, it's always one-sided. It's very difficult.
If you get time.
But I advise you guys to read. Women are from Mars, men are from Venus. So is it women are from Venus, men are from Mars? You will see that literally the universes we live in with the other gender are one
so different.
And two. If you start understanding men biologically, you will heal yourself from so many things. Because even when that kind of situation doesn't go well, I literally don't hold anything against this person. Even when I see them, I'm just like, hi. Yes. Because in their head, but that's how it works.
The peace that comes with you forgiving yourself. Because I'm assuming that most times, maybe let me speak about, I'm not sure.
Because I told you a lot of that.
No, but I'm assuming that most times when you eventually get out of it and you come to the realization, you know what, that wasn't for me. Like, okay, yes, the biggest thing I was getting is the butterflies, but that's not what I want.
So much
that is not what I want. So to come to that realization and heal from it.
You're so confident about yourself, by the way. Because now I know I can trust my decision. I can trust my instinct. And I was right. And when you start seeing the person outside the situation, my God, you have never seen a more basic man in your whole entire life. Basic. I bring everything to the table, basically. I am the table. And I'm also the one who is moving around to bring things to that table. When you remove yourself from that situation.
In other words, it's a scam. But this time you scam yourself
individually. You choose, so it just makes you trust your decisions more. Just allow yourself to go through that hard part, the part where you daydream, pull yourself back.
But is it ever worth it?
The what?
To get into it. There is this thing.
I didn't even get into it like
intentionally. Yes. You just found yourself there.
I was like, where are we? Because we passed the friendship line. But we're not trying to get to the other dating line. What's going on in here? That is what was happening. And then I had to pull myself back and be like, exactly why am I still in this situation? Conversations are important because this is someone I can talk to for hours. But then when I leave and I say, what have we talked about?
And then you ask me why when I see men, I run. Because 1 minute you're speaking about lending rates and forex. The next minute,
babe, it goes. It spirals.
Run. By the way, if you're not ready, run. And Val, that's what I've been telling you.
All I've been doing is running. When I told these people, this whole situation is partly you people's fault who are telling me you block too much. Ni. Because you see, the truth of the matter is, at the beginning when this man started talking to me, I had an idea that like emotionally he can't handle me. Like it's going to be too much work for him to handle this. I knew from the beginning. I'm like, but Valeria, you blocked so fast. Moi. You block so fast. You're so rough on these men. I gave him a minute. I gave the man a minute. That is
1
how
minute,
I
like
moved.
60 seconds.
That is how I moved.
By the 30th second, you were like,
if
wait,
he had
what?
no access to me, that would not be happening. Now I'm here. I already knew from the beginning. Even me now, I've made a decision. We're not trying to date you, but then I enjoy your company, and also like you're fun, and then you're hot, and then, but you're not my friend. You're also not my man. I also don't want you to be. What are we doing? It wastes time.
Yeah, it was a lot of time. Do you know you can go in that cycle for 10 years?
You can be here.
Then after you even have a kid.
Do you have a man?
Oh,
now
God,
you're pregnant.
I hate it when it has.
Now you're pregnant. Guys, get IUD. While we are on that street.
Yeah.
Get it protect because they are not going to do it for you. And then he's going to carry the baby. So, yeah. So now we're in the mix. Now we have a child. Now the other, because also he's not a horrible human being. He's like, maybe like,
but
let me
really
settle.
A bad person.
He's not a bad person. Kale, like in general.
He's kind.
Yeah. And I've seen how he interacts with waiters. He's really nice. Then you go and give birth for this man a child. Then he finds the love of his life.
You guys.
And then you come and start texting.
Yeah, but by the time you reach that point, that heartbreak. That one you manufacture it for yourself. Like by the time you actually it happens, because your heart keeps breaking. Now you have a child, but this person is not really wanting to be with you, even when you have the child. So you're going through all of these moments alone, and then like your heart keeps on breaking. Your self-esteem. Tell me, I have a feeling it does something to self-esteem. Did you ever feel like maybe you doubted your self-esteem at some point?
No, I just felt like I'm human. I just felt like, actually, it's, I think, since the years that I've been on that street, it's one of the situations that I put myself in that I'm like, oh, okay, I still have the feelings. Like I can actually feel something, because for a minute there,
you are being a robot. Like you.
You're talking to who?
Do you know me? I am healed. I am done. I am good.
I'm busy.
I'm focusing on my book.
That is who I had become. But then it just helped me. I'm a human being, and I will find attraction to other people. Me being attracted, if it was a cycle of mine to get myself in this situation, maybe I would sit down and be like, Valeria, you're doing it again. But because it's not usually me, and I'm just coming back onto the scene, maybe I was just like, oh, one of the bad ones.
Yeah.
I told you guys,
Right
Silver could have
written off. But I told you.
But you know what? It's not even about, because when I say that, it sounds like, oh, every day I'm standing and I'm no.
No, of course.
It's more like about allowing alignment to find you, because it's like the moment you don't, I don't know how to explain it, but if you start becoming that person who you're desiring in another person for you, even the people you align with are going to be in that direction. But if you're still here, you have not done any work on yourself you to be the woman that man that you want in your head would want. So how is he going to find you and find you attractive?
The vision should be this. When you're doing the vision board for the man that you want, or the vision in your head for the man that you want, maybe you should also create a perfect fit for him. Yeah, because most times you're not even the perfect fit, like for that kind of person that you want. And maybe that's why you're settling. Yeah. Because below that bar. Yes, because you're like, but I'm also not. I also have my own issues. I mean, I also am not very. And that thing is very subconscious. Nice person. Yes. It's very subconscious. It happens to you, yes. And then you will accept that kind. And if you don't like rapport in yourself. And the thing is, whatever goes on in your head somehow, it does display. Yeah. Eventually outside. And also, let's talk about the pattern. You have been dating, right? This is not your first time getting into this situation that is currently breaking your heart into pieces when the man was never your man in the first place, right? But you have done it. Never being your man. And it's the truth. You were never claimed, you did not claim, but you're in pain, in actual excruciating pain. Yeah. Anyway, but for 4 different men, this is the story that we are telling. No. So, that's a pattern. I think let's go back. That's why I was telling you, for me, because it wasn't a pattern of mine. Actually, it was that uncomfortable for me because I was like, what the hell is going on? Yes, I'm like, this is not the natural nanny. But if for you, in your history of doing things, that is you. This is it. The moment you reach there, it's going to be a comfort zone. You're going to be like, yo,
Now we
he
are
shows
home.
up every 1 week.
Then we do this thing again. Look at your previous relationship, because they say a lot and we hate to say it, but so does your childhood. What you grew up seeing, monkey do, monkey see, monkey do. So just be honest with yourself in breaking down those patterns, because you can tell at the first relationship, this is how it ended, this is how it started. Like second one, this is
no
how it
one has really ever told you you're my girlfriend in your whole life. Not a girlfriend, not a fiancé, but you are on the streets
for breaking
you
up
and made matching shirts.
Made matching shirts is crazy. Spent some random Christmases together because he couldn't go home because
he's so
disowned
sad.
him.
Actually, they having issues.
They have issues. They have issues.
Anyway.
And one thing about men, we don't give them enough credit for how much they are actually intelligent people.
They are very intelligent people.
Have you ever been pursued by a man who is trying to marry you? What? You guy. There's no amount of blocking. There's no amount of I'm busy. You'll be like, are you?
Let me tell you, when I was before I got married, there's a point in the relationship where I was like, you know what, I can't do this. So I blocked, and then I blocked all numbers, blocked WhatsApp, changed the number. Guess who came to my father's house? At the gate of here.
Said, you see,
there's someone I'm supposed to talk to today. Yeah. I can first talk to the mom if she's not like
you can't hold him.
You can't. There is nothing you could possibly do. And that's what I always say, like, if it's meant to be, then eventually it does. But then also you have to align yourself with what you actually really want.
That's what
I'm saying. The thing of thinking it and not doing it, it doesn't really help you, because then you're going to be stuck in the what ifs. What if this would have happened? What if this would have like worked out? But you're not really even halfway there. This is the thing I thought about sometime is most times we pray like, God, this is what I want. I want to maybe be a manager at work. I want a promotion, or maybe I'm ready to be a wife. I'm ready to be a mom. But okay, that is what you want. But do you have the capacity that it would take for you to actually stand in those places that you're asking God for? Are you even prepared mentally? Because they're going to give you a managerial role, and then your subordinate is going to do something, and you're going to be like, I can't work with such a person. Like, you're going to lash out at them, and you're not going to be as composed and as you would have been in that role if you had actually prepared yourself. So I think as we pray for things, as we want or long for things, maybe let's also prepare ourselves for when we get there, we do not mess it up. Like, we do not sabotage. Let's also talk about self-sabotage. Speaking of sabotage.
Yeah.
Like, where you get something good. For example, Val, like, okay, let's say if I've been in a bad relationship and then now I meet a good person, or if I've previously been at a very bad job and then I get a good job, then suddenly I'm like, but okay, let's look at it in a relationship perspective. And you're like, but are they even sure? What makes them think? Madam, I'm not an easy person. By the time I'm done with it, like, you now start to sabotage yourself because maybe someone made you feel like you weren't enough. Someone made you feel like you were too much to be contained, or someone made you feel like, like, I don't have the emotional capacity to hold all of this. So when you now get into something beautiful, you're like, that's just it. So I think they're
too nice.
That
I don't know if you can handle me.
I'm too much.
Yes, he's too nice for me. No.
And I'm not even laughing because it's something I've had before.
That was a different situation.
But we're not pointing fingers here.
The context of that situation is different.
Yes, it is different. But then I just feel like it takes healing. Like, okay, and understanding yourself. Like, okay, this is who I am. Of course, there are some people who can't handle something. Like, you really look at them and you're like, if I give you 2 weeks like this, 2. Yes, you're intelligent, you're the man, but 2 weeks like this. One of us is going to run mad, and it's not going to be me. It's really not, because me, I have past experience. Healing from the previous situationships. Every time you come out from a situationship, ladies and gentlemen, make it a point to heal fast. Do not first come immediately.
But
first heal.
That
take
is
a break.
I'm talking about. You have to, it's very difficult to look into ourselves and be like, this is a problem. Like it's
one thing
hard.
I love about you is that you're going to write it down.
Oh.
There is a difference it makes when you write it down.
The clarity.
Number one, speak about it.
Yeah, and also
but
I speak
number
about
two,
it.
Put it on paper.
Yeah.
Write down the pros and the cons. I love that. I will do it.
I love pros and cons.
Do it for my bosses.
I don't.
I like, let's determine this relationship.
What do I like?
What do I like about
I
this
love
job?
Me a good pros and cons. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
When you put something down on paper, oh my God. Oh, the cons. The cons are like this. Here on the pros, he has a good body and we have chemistry.
But what is here? You see the pros. Very good pros, by the way.
Pros,
but these pros are never going to keep for your relationship. Cons.
And by the way, that's not even what makes a relationship. Oh my God, if you knew.
You know, every time when you tell me, it's hard. And then I'm like...
She's like, Kakati, the truth of the matter is, this is how we live life.
There is morning work, class work. You even take homework. And then there is night prep.
I don't like night prep.
There is night prep. Okay, are you willing to do night prep or morning prep?
Morning prep. I'm a morning person.
But still you're going to have to do prep.
You got, but there's some preparation.
Yes. So the work still continues. But then the difference is I'm actually willing to put in the work for this person.
Yeah.
Like no matter what it takes. If it takes me to get off my phone, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If it takes me to step away from my routine for a day, I'm going to do it for them. If I'm going to have to maybe put in the work this particular way, I'm going to do it. When you sit down and you're like, to do it for who? Well, I'm willing to go to their place and then maybe it will end in a cuddle.
But like if they hold me, I'm good. But after that,
after I want to go home.
I want to go home now.
Yes. Yeah. So when you find that you're not willing, like when it starts to feel like, okay, I'm going to, it's like a burden, not like you're not putting in the work, like from a point of, I actually want to do it for this person, but from a point of, well, after we'll cuddle.
Yeah.
After we'll go for a lunch.
Yeah.
If that's how it's ending for you, then that's where the question marks come.
I also find that another reason as to why we get ourselves into situationships is because you yourself, you do not even know what exactly you want to align with. So you're out here, you're like, I want to be in a relationship. We tell you what you're. So here are 3 men. Choose one. You're still going to go back to how tall is he? Does he speak? Does he have an accent?
His grammar.
You do not know what you want to do in life. Like you don't know if you want to align on how many kids. What is your vision for the future? How do you want this person's lifestyle to be?
That's what I was saying. That's whole self-awareness.
You don't know anything other than this is how he looks when I take him to the bar when my friends are there for exactly 2 hours in a week when we are going to see him. The rest of the time it's you and your Golira against the world. You don't know what you want that other life to look like. Like, how do you want him to be around people? How do you want him to be around his family? How do you want, what beliefs do you expect in that person? Like, there's so much you have to know about yourself that you want and you have to live that life. You cannot request us to be the kindest people when you're the meanest person on the planet. Like, you yourself, you have to be living that life. You also have to know what kind of alignment you're looking for, because that's how you're going to just be like, oh yeah, but here is a man. For now,
in church, or let's say the Christian perspective, is what does it benefit you? Sell your soul.
Yeah.
What's that thing? To you sort of lose your soul and then enjoy life, something like that. Like you trade your soul to actually live life. I think it's how human, sometimes it's easier. You see, life is hard. Life is not easy. Relationships are not easy. Everything is just not easy.
But there's always benefits.
School is not easy.
Yeah, yes. It's hard, but then you're going to...
Yes. So sometimes the short run looks more attractive than the long run. Sometimes it's easier to be like, I mean, I'm a beautiful girl. I can get any man I want. If I want to cuddle with this one, I will cuddle with that one. If I want to go on a date with the other one, I can't go on a date. I'll put myself in a position where I can actually go for a date with him. But then that because of that short term, I can get this, I can get that. It makes you forget about what you actually want, the long-term picture. The girl behind your head who is like, I actually want a family.
Yeah.
I want a settled life. I want to be grounded. I just want to sit home with my family and actually
I want peace. I
but
want
then,
safety. I want
yes,
comfort.
I want comfort. But the amount of work you're going to have to put, because that is precious. You don't just be like,
I'm safe.
and then the kids appear, or and then the emotionally stable man appears. You actually do put in the work. When you recognize that when you ever recognize that, okay, this is the person I want to be with, and that person actually also recognizes that you are the person they want to be with, it has to be two-sided.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to put in the work to be the people that you have. See that vision you have? They'll put in the work to be that person, because now you're communicating. You're like, you see my man, he is available.
Yeah.
You see my man, when I'm speaking to him, he's not on his phone. He's looking at me straight in the eye.
He hears everything.
Because this person already, the common ground you have is they want to be with you. They have realized that this is the person I want to actually do the work with, because there is going to be work.
Yeah.
But
and it's a choice.
Yes, and it's a choice.
Such a choice, because there will always be someone who looks, or technically, that they could be better than your partner.
Yes.
Always. If you keep pursuing the height of it, you're not going to finish.
Yeah.
Because the moment you see one, you'll be like, oh, but have you seen this with this other person? Have you seen this? It's really just a choice. You choose the person best, again, on alignment.
But now I feel like the relationship experts. Change this around. Tell me something. Tell me something else. What is this? God, the relationship. You should. Now the partner.
On top of that. Yeah. But that's it. But we talk about this a lot. Just the two of us. That's why it's like, talk all over. Also us. Let's talk about dating. No,
I know nothing about dating. I've never dated.
It always felt like you guys are asking me to open up my soul and cut it into pieces. But this is not so bad. I like this. It's like, Anyway, that's it. If you don't know the alignment you're looking for, you're going to overly, even the pictures, that vision of yours in your head that is not a realistic vision.
Guys, let's normalize writing down what we want. I cannot stress it enough. For me, when I started writing down things, I started to get really emotional. Because looking at the things I was settling for in various areas of my life, I'd be like, why? Like, on
you
paper,
remove it and it's like as if it's a third party telling you.
I read it to myself, that is not who I am. And then when I would write down who I think I am, I'd be like, but it's not
even aligned.
It's not. Like, I wake up in the morning, this is who I want to be. And I go another completely different direction. I will procrastinate. I will come at whatever time I want to come at.
Go to the gym when you said you're going to go to the gym.
But then, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh God, I am healthy. I am stable.
Yeah.
This is who I want to be.
Yeah.
After the prayer, amen. I'm like, everyday work. Let's skip Monday. Immediately.
You babe, don't even get me started with those skips you did.
Immediately.
For 5 days.
So I think let's normalize writing things, and let's be as honest to self as you would want someone else to be honest with you. Do not lie to yourself. Lying to yourself that, you know what, I'm actually emotionally stable, but you're not.
Okay.
You have a lot of work to do. Do not lie to yourself. Yeah. You're not trying to convince yourself, because deep down in your heart, when something tweaks, you know how it makes you feel. You know how it makes you feel when someone shouts at you, but you're in this relationship lying to yourself that you're safe. You're at this job lying to yourself that you are safe. But every single time, like, you feel like, I'm not accepted. I'm not enough. I'm not giving my full self. I'm not doing my best. That is how you feel. But then again, you're like, but it's always part of the career journey. I feel like there is always a place, maybe because of the value that you give, or because of the person that you are training yourself to be authentically, not, of course, trying to gaslight yourself into thinking you're the baddest, and yet you're not even putting in the work. But if you're actually putting in the work without no gaslighting yourself, there is a place where your value will be noticed, where your value will be seen and accepted for what it actually is.
Yeah. Also, let me speak to the women. I feel like we have God gifted us with such good intuition. You guys, let's be honest.
Yes.
You know from the beginning.
Then you cry.
Then you start putting there things, visions, what? No, but I know, but then he did this. No, but then again, you know. You
But
have
also, I think our patience is like, for me, up to that side.
What is that? You have discernment. Maybe this is why I block people in the first sight. On first sight, you cut it off.
By the way, I support you.
On first sight, you cut it off. If you've seen that it's not that, what are we now? This is me creating a story. I know I've already lived it. You don't have to tell me twice anymore. No, but honestly, and when you're praying, pray for discernment as well. I feel like we do have a good intuition, but pray for discernment to be able to see some of the things that your normal self would cover up, to be able to make the right decisions in the partners that you choose, and listen to yourself. You know, I don't want to hear anything. The story always starts with, in the beginning, by the way, I saw that there were red flags. However, it is 1% of people who actually change to be that person that you want them to be. Barely. There's no actual success stories. Everyone, it's just that thing of choice where you choose your person and then they evolve, you evolve with them.
Speaking of just 1% of the things change, the red flags, they sometimes don't really.
Apparently they increase actually. If you saw him,
they may not increase. Okay, in my case or from my experience, but they could remain there. The only difference is this person is willing to work on them, but you can visibly tell that they're working on this thing because they know that their partner is not okay with it. Okay. So now when you decide to settle for that, it has to come with grace. You're going to have grace for this person because this is something you have seen and you have said, you know what, I'm willing to work with you on this. So you're not going to every 2 seconds. Of course, it's not something you would really settle for. You're like, this, I don't like it. I recognize it's not something I like, but I'm willing to have that extra grace to actually help you work through it. So even in that situation, it's not like it goes away because now you've married this person, but it's really just a work in progress that you decide to sit and you're like,
yeah. That brings me to something. When we are dating, babe, I know there are so many rules. Let me tell you something. You can't show him. You can't tell him about your family. You can't tell him the truth. You can't tell him.
Yes.
But if we are not honest with ourselves, and that the problem is, I can't know sometimes you can tell that this person is being weirdly short and they're not very open and honest. But like, if that other person is lying to you, that's why for me, I was telling you the red flags get worse because you can see a tip of the flag, then it goes away.
Because that's in the case where they're not communicating.
Yes, we are not being real. You're not actually presenting yourself really. So you can fall in love with the illusion that he's creating for you.
Plus the one you've created for yourself.
And wait for you, you're being open. For him, he knows what he's getting because you're being open and stuff like that. Again, pray for discernment. Because even yourself when you're dating, be open with yourself. Because like, be open with the person. Be yourself because it's like, that's the person they're going to get at home.
Yes, because
now you're there, they're telling you to wear matching socks. You hate matching socks. What are you going to do? The whole time you've been wearing them for this particular reason. Now they've told you this is how this
or they're telling you that cook every day.
Yes. If you don't cook every day, please don't cook every day.
Because the cooking of every day is not an easy thing.
Don't wash the clothes so that he knows what he's getting into. And also them, anyway, but let me just speak to those who can hear me because it's not like I can reach the whole world. Because even them, they can date us saying, but last time on Tuesday, she cooked a very good meal. I cooked for you again in October next year. What makes you think
that every day
I'm going to cook for you that fantastic meal
that you ate 1 year ago? Somehow, when you subscribe to this wife thing, like, I've subscribed. I don't know whether when you're leaving the church, they expect that
immediately you know how to cook,
you know how to cook, you know how to clean, you know how to, and in fact, you even know how to, when there is an extended family, you can cater to all.
When everyone is
two kids at
together as well.
What makes you think that I have ability to cater for all of relatives
when they
suddenly
come here?
The wife package, I think the wife package, they need you to subscribe fully. That is such a big expectation.
Yeah.
Like, meaning, like, I think, like, even before you actually marry or settle down with someone, you talk about things.
Those things. Those are the things I'm telling you.
Don't just go for drinks and lunch and dinner. Talk about your vision.
On those
your
things.
Vision can only come to reality when you speak about it. Because in the beginning, if God did not say, let there be light, there would have never been light. So speak about the light you want to see. And
you have to be honest,
understand what I'm saying? That me, Thursday, Friday, it's night out. No, So sponge.
But also, I'm trying to start a business. You want a housewife, this won't work. I am giving birth to exactly 2 children. Me in my body, the children that are going to enter and come out.
2. But you're not talking about
a football team.
In fact, you want to be a coach later in your 40s and you're counting on me to give that team.
You don't believe in God, but me like overnight every Thursday. And also on Sunday, I'm not around.
But I also love to go praying with my partner.
But also it's very important for me to show off my partner in church. You don't. Now, if you do not have that alignment, again,
you're going to settle. You end up marrying or settling with someone who you look good in pictures.
Yeah.
Because you're going to look good on the wedding. That one, you're going to get it. You're going to look good in pictures. You're going to look good in outings. When they put you two in the house, and this goes out to all my friends getting married this season. Cannot come with, by the way. You may as well play this with your partner. This should be a bonding experience. You'll be like, you know what, let's first listen. Because there's so many questions that go on us, and you settle for the man that looks good in pictures, the man that holds your hand in public, the man that you know has the best way of ordering your drinks. He knows your favorite drink. But then what of the man who provides? But that thing.
By the way, me, I'm healing.
But it matters.
But you guys,
it matters. You said it's physical. As much as you're like, you see how we can talk about the inner person. The inner person is really important.
But you know, obviously, did I tell you about the dad bod person? You know, I mean,
you closed your eye.
No, I didn't really close my eye, but even it was not. It was giving. It was giving daddy.
You see that vision which we talked about? So you got something that originally you were like, no, I can't. And you're like, hey, daddy.
No. Okay. Truthfully, I think it's because of all the other things. I think it's because all the other things that we kept talking about just kept being like, or in sync. And then I started looking at him as a person, and I'm like, he looks like a meal. We could work something out.
I think a meal is an overstatement.
Yeah, because
of course, even
because physically
is a meal.
Wasn't.
Everything is a meal. Even Maliki is a meal.
You. This is how she talks to me when I'm telling her my things. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. Okay. I've been talking about alignments. But it's because when we speak about how we want to live our lives and everything else, what we believe in and how we interact with that, everything was fitting. His physical, it's not like he's out of the scale.
No, of course he's not.
Out. I'm an extreme person.
Yes.
Me as me. But it's also because that's the world that I'm in, you know. But like, it's not that he's off the scale. It's not even like there was no, like, it's just that on paper, he's not like my usual type. But that doesn't mean he does not, there's no like, chemistry. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It was there. And I think also, like, it also helped me be like, so it's not always just...
It's not always just the outside.
It's actually...
But also
I can also... No, you're making it sound like he's not my type.
No, he is your type.
I would like to thank this girl. You see this girl? It's not even like she has all this experience in dating. But this babe's wisdom, man. You guys get friends who are bright, intelligent, and who can remove themselves from their own shoes and enter yours. Let me first finish talking before you bite my bubble.
Thank me.
She is such a good listener, and she has the best advice in the world. And I'm such a lucky girl to have a friend like this one.
Oh, I didn't even know that. No, but anyway, now that we are being grateful. You see, when you're a sponge but a hard one, they removed the coat. Every 2 minutes, I am crying. Tell me why I am this emotional around Valeria.
You're already tearing.
Cut. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are ready to collaborate with you with anything. Do this.
Okay. We are hard muscles. We are hard as rocks. And we go
until next time.
Bye.